Good evening, all. Hi, Mike. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mike. Excellent. So many of you know me. That's great. Those of you that don't know me will by the end of the night, I'm sure, because not only am I Mike, but I'm about to introduce somebody who's also called Michael. But firstly, before that, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the XL Momentum, and certainly I'd like to welcome all of the Life members, and I'd also like to welcome all of the guests and first timers. So hands up here in the room, who is a guest of somebody here? Oh, quite a few. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, very good. Okay, so certainly a special welcome to you guys as well. Excellent. For those of you that don't know what XL does, XL is a worldwide results foundation. We specialise in entrepreneurship. We specialise in assisting people grow and develop at many, many different levels, both in business, in wealth, and also in their spiritual development. We believe in social responsibility, that's giving money, making money to give away, and our goal is that by the end of 2020 to have raised $1 billion for charity to give away. So it's a pretty audacious goal. And one of the things that I may talk about a little bit later on is how we've started towards that goal and what's actually happened. But it's interesting how you visualise things and they start to happen. We have recently started what's called social responsibility, like a Fortune 500 way of mapping businesses and actually mapping the amount that they're giving away to charity. It's only just started. In fact, it just started on January 1 this year. And Roger Hamilton, our chairman and founder, actually said if we can get $500,000 in the first half of 2006, he'll think that that will be a fantastic thing to give away to charity. And Irene, our general manager, said, Roger, not really a very good goal. He said, oh, why is that? She said, well, it's the 28th of January and we've got 583,000 already. And these are people that have been our Life members who have already pledged money into the foundation since it's actually gone live on the 1st of January. So that's absolutely phenomenal. So a little bit more about XL later, but that's not what I'm here to talk about tonight. I'm here to introduce Michael Bradford, a man that I've known for both 2.5 weeks and 50,000 years. And maybe he'll tell you something about that. Michael is actually an exceptional person. He's one of the top intuitive healers in the world. He was born and raised in New York, or in the province of New York, in Jersey, and he lives in the metropolis of Bristol in England. I don't know if England is the right sort of charity there, Michael. Hence, he came out to New Zealand. He's been to New Zealand before. This time he's come out and he keeps saying to me, I think I might extend my stay. I think I might extend my stay. I think I might extend my stay. Are you still extending your stay? He thinks he might extend his stay. So Michael has worked originally in the business field, got up to a very, very high level, CEO of a corporation, I believe. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. And was actually in the oil field in America. And at the time he was making a lot of money. And then all of a sudden, just due to what happens in life, a little bit of a business problem, he chose to refocus. And when he looked to refocus, he actually spent some time with the Native American Indians. Since then, he's also worked with a number of ex-veterans, particularly people who have been missionaries or on various really high-profile missions during the Vietnam War, I think, Michael, from memory, and I'm recalling all of this. So he's got a really, really interesting background. He's worked also with some of the best business leaders. Since he's been in New Zealand this time, he has also done some work with some pretty incredible people. A few of them are in this room tonight. I've certainly had a couple of sessions with him as well, which I would say, for me, have been certainly life-changing in a very, very positive way. He's here to talk to you tonight about energy, intuition, and entrepreneurship mastery. Let's give a huge Wellington welcome to Michael Bradford.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is take the coat off. Okay. A couple of questions. What are the skills or the skill sets that would be required if you were the ultimate entrepreneur? What are they? Just want you to think about it or feel about it. Next question. What would be the difference between the ultimate entrepreneur and a Zen master? The ultimate entrepreneur would not only have the business skills, they would be able to see beyond the surface, beyond illusion, to the truth. And the truth is revealed when you can read the energy patterns. Another step up from that is when you can influence, change, or control the energy patterns. Not to manipulate anyone, not to hurt anyone, but focused on the highest good of all concerned. The ultimate win-win. However, before you learn to honor anyone else, what do you have to do? You have to learn to honor yourself. And so many people are going out there doing their best to end poverty, change the world, but where's the last place that they want to go? Internally. Okay? For me, it's not the lack of business knowledge or business skills that hold us back or sabotage us. It's our own negative thinking, negative attitudes, limiting beliefs, and our past programming. Or, the way I would put it, our learned limitations. Okay? Everyone please breathe. To be and to become who we truly are, we must be able to discern, to tell the difference between our essence, who we really are, what we're here to do, what's important to us, and our programming. Okay? For me, there's a triangle. And the triangle is healing, transformation, intuition, energy, intuition, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. All three are required. And there's another word that some people may use, although not everyone, and that's the word spirituality. And a lot of people who are very, very spiritual, or I would call very, very spiritual, in fact would never even use that word. And for me, it doesn't matter what the word is. For me, it's about how the person acts and deals with their life and deals with energy. I'm going to talk about some things tonight. I will show you some things. But for me, it's all about authenticity. True strength comes from vulnerability. Authenticity, integrity, but there's two other parts. Now this is really interesting because in Christianity, Buddhism, and some of the other religions, it's about reaching nirvana. It's about reaching up and becoming spiritually enlightened, connecting to God. Very interesting. The Hawaiians and the Maoris, do you know what it's about? It's not about going up. It's about grounding yourself, being in the body, being on the earth, being fully grounded. Very, very different approach. Okay? So it's about being connected to Source, your intuition, your guidance, being grounded physically in your body, and being real. Now, I'm going to finish with this. Now let's get to real stuff. Okay. There's a couple of models I work with, and I want to share these models with you. Okay. Number one is how we get onto planet Earth. You have sperm and you have egg. Comes together, and you are started on planet Earth. Okay? Now, there's an energy that you come together with. If your parents were loving, kind, gentle, nurturing, they really wanted a child, you have a start that's very loving and nurturing. You have an energy of nurturing. If for whatever reason there wasn't a nurturing start, then you have a certain energy that may be contaminating your energy field. Okay? Now, from conception to birth, you're carried in the womb. A child does not know the difference between itself and the parent. All it wants to do is survive. So what does it do? This little embryo starts sucking on and taking all the energy of the parent, trying to stabilize the parent, trying to stabilize the mother, especially. But it does take in the energy of the father, the environment for people who were born during wartime, or their parents had been in a war, or whatever it may be, or any kind of accident or trauma or illness or disease that can contaminate and affect the child. The child does not know any boundaries, so it's pulling in all the stuff. Now, I'm just going to tell a little story here because there was a woman I worked with in the United States. And when the woman walked in, I was a little embarrassed because she was very heavy and she hadn't taken care of herself. She looked like a street person. And where did she sit? Right in the front row, right in front of me. What a test. It was wonderful. And I was a little uncomfortable, which I have to admit. And at the end of my talk, at the end of my lecture, she said, "Michael, I've been diagnosed as being mentally retarded." She was in her 50s. She hadn't worked her whole life, lived in homes, was under heavy medication. And she said, "Michael, is there any hope for a person like me?" And I looked at her and I was just absolutely amazed because what I saw was a person who did her best to survive in a family, especially with her mother that was totally crazy, very unstable, and she had kept absorbing all the energy, and all the stuff inside of her, all the challenges were her mother's. I worked with her, cleared that out. She actually came to a workshop. A week, 2 weeks after the workshop, she called me up. "I've got my first job." She had a job in Pizza Hut, but for her, that was the best thing that ever happened in her life, and she started getting back her self-image, self-esteem, came off medication and everything. Okay? So many times we're dealing with issues and we have challenges in our life, we can't figure out where the heck they're coming from. Guess what? They may not be ours. When you know how to work the energy, how to read the energy and clear them out, you can clear them out in a matter of minutes, most of the time, depending on how attached the person is to it. Okay? Now, again, the child picks up all the energy doing its best to stabilize the parent. Then you have birth. There's whole studies, psychologically, of the way the birth is and how that relates to how the person lives their life. So in other words, if you were resistant to coming out, you'll normally be resistant to appointments, resistant to being told things, and you'll be resistant most of your life. If you came out very quickly, normally you're going to get on with things, show up early, and your life is going to flow quite well. If you had an easy birth, you'll have an easy life. It's a metaphor. Okay? So that's another area. Then you have the first 7 years, roughly. Because the first 7 years of life, a child is home in the alpha state. That state is where people go to meditate. It's a very open and receptive state. The child learns extremely quickly because it's in that open state. However, again, the child has no boundaries. The child absorbs a lot of the programming from society, religion, school, other people. Again, when you check the energy of a person, you can find out what energies are affecting them. In the last 10, 15 years, during which time I've worked with over 5,000 people, I've only found 3 people that were more than 30% in their physical body. Now, what does that mean? What it means is when a person is traumatized or when there's pain, guess what happens? They dissociate. They actually split off from their physical body. Why do you do that? To avoid pain, avoid trauma, avoid the feelings. When that happens, rather than being less vulnerable, we're actually more vulnerable. If you have a tree that doesn't have roots, what happens? Boop, falls over. You have a person that's not grounded in their physical body, what happens? They get blown by the wind every which way. They're not able to handle challenges. So they have to develop other coping mechanisms, which challenges them even more. When they have trees and they want to put them in harsh environments, what they do is they put fans on them that blow them really harsh for a while. And they change the temperature, hot, cold a lot. And what happens, the trees grow bigger roots. The plants grow bigger and stronger roots. We're the same way. That's what we need to do. I'm going to give you another model, and then I'm going to show you a couple other things, and I'm going to knit it together. We start out in life, and we're clear. That's not totally true because we have other times and places and other things we come in with. But let's say we go ahead and we start life clear. We have experiences. We have millions of them a day, maybe even more than millions. Those experiences, regardless of what they are, have no meaning until we get to the next stage. And the next stage is where we make meaning. I'm not enough, can't trust men, can't trust women, no matter what I do isn't going to work, can't trust God, I'll never be safe. Whatever that decision is, boop, we shut down. Now, did you ever get scared and go, and hold your breath? Yeah. And what do you have to do within the next couple of minutes, or else you're going to keel over? You go ahead and you start breathing again. Except if you are having a challenge, boop, and you shut down energetically, who's there to tell you you have to open back up again? No one. See, this human mechanism is extremely brilliant. This human mechanism learns to adjust. This human mechanism learns how to survive. So what happens is the body compensates. The good news is that the body knows how to compensate. The bad news is the body knows how to compensate. It doesn't say, stop! We need to address this. Okay, now I'm going to add something to this. Okay? And everybody please breathe some more. Okay? A little child, mommy and daddy are fighting. A little child doesn't have the skills to say, Mommy and Daddy, when you're fighting, my tummy hurts, and I really don't like it. I'm scared, and I don't feel good. And please stop, Mommy and Daddy. Child doesn't have that skill. Everybody breathe, please, because I'm going to get to the next part. A child's being abused physically, emotionally, sexually. A child doesn't have the skills to say, excuse me, Mommy and Daddy, this person's touching me in my private parts and they shouldn't be. Or if it's their parents, very few people have the skills to say, Mommy and Daddy, please stop, or I'm going to tell the police. Kids don't have that skill. So guess what they do? Wah! They either act out in life and they're angry with everyone and they're attacking everyone, or they shut down. Everybody breathe, please. It's one or the other extreme. And again, they're shutting down the energy. Now, once the energy is shut down, it's a short circuit in the energy field, and the energy starts going down, 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 down. Now, if you're a big, strong person and you've got a lot of energy, you may be able to keep on going. However, If you're not a big, strong person with lots of energy, guess what happens? You can crash within a matter of weeks, days, months. Now, the interesting part and the good part is, the benefit is, okay, that when the energy is shut down, if you can track and find out what created this, talk to the person, help them through it, that will release, and guess what? The body is a natural self-healing mechanism, and all of a sudden, you go back to clear. However, you also go back to the age when you shut down and you have to relearn the skills, which happens quite quickly, and you start maturing again. But there may be areas where you've frozen in time. Okay? Again, please breathe. Okay? Because as I'm talking to you, what's happening is your memories are getting stirred up. Your memories are getting stirred up, and the energy starts moving. Now, here's an interesting part. I have written a book, it's in 12 languages, about how to use your hands for healing and how to work with people. I don't use my hands anymore. In fact, I don't even send energy to anyone anymore. In fact, all I do is talk to people. But I watch what they're doing while I'm talking to them. Because as I'm talking to people, I'm watching where the crossed wires are. I'm watching where the energy is blocked. Because I can see it. I can sense it. I can measure it. And then when those are disconnected, I watch what's happening to their energy field. I also look at where it's disconnected, and I help the person reconnect in a healthy way to their own power. So all I am is a witness, and I'm holding the space, sacred space, for people to be who they really are already. Okay? Everybody breathe, please. Is there anyone here that does bodybuilding and weightlifting? Man, woman, anybody? Is there anybody here that's pretty darn strong? Huh? Do I have a volunteer? I can't hear it. Who's it? Come on up here, please. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Ernest.
Ernest. Good. I want you to come here. This is a test. One step forward. Good. I want you to put your hand out, and I want you to look straight ahead. Okay, make your arm strong. Now I'm going to push on it. Say, my name is Ernest. No, don't watch me. Watch out there. I'm not going to do anything, I promise. Say, my name is Ernest.
My name is Ernest.
I want you to say the word problem.
Problem.
What's the matter? My name's Ernest.
My name's Ernest.
Problem.
Problem.
What's the matter? My name's Ernest.
My name's Ernest.
Challenge. Say the word challenge.
Challenge.
Okay. Every word you think, every word you speak will either strengthen your energy field or shatter it. I need to go to work today. Down goes your energy. This is hard work. Down goes your energy. I'm serious. One of the things that I focus on is languaging. There's a lot of areas I focus on. One of them is languaging. Every word you speak, every word you think, either strengthens your energy field or shatters it. Arm out again, please, Ernest. Now, say, my name's Ernest.
My name is Ernest.
Ernest, I just want you to hold this bottle of soda pop, right? Hold it out. Okay, shake your body again. Okay. Put your arm out. My name's Ernest.
My name's Ernest.
He's cheating. Ah! He doesn't want to look weak. Hold this here. Shake, please. Arm out, please. Good. Hold this by your heart. No, hold it out, Ernest. Come on. Give me a shake. Come on. Go on. Do it again. I'm gonna fix you good. Put your arm out. I think you got the idea. You can sit down.
Thank you.
Your energy is sacred. You wouldn't take your car and pull off one of the spark plug wires and expect the car to run. You wouldn't allow one of your tires to be punctured and drive your car and expect it to work. If you do not take care of your energy field, your energy field will not take care of you. Okay? If you want to be the ultimate entrepreneur, what do you need? You need your energy. Your energy is sacred. I had a discussion with a couple of people earlier about different devices that you wear to increase your energy and whatnot. There are some things that can help you. The most powerful thing in the universe that can help you and your energy field exists between your ears. As you think, you create. Every thought you have will manifest into reality. Every thought you have, every fear you have, will manifest into reality. Let me explain it another way. There's a giant broadcasting disc, and it's sending out channel 2. It's all over. It's all over the whole world. It's being broadcast, but what's going to pick it up? What's going to pick it up? What's going to pick it up is only something, a receiver, tuned to receive channel 2. So if you're sending out fear, guess what? You're either going to attract people who are scared, or you're going to attract people to create the fear that you have within you. If you have a fear of swimming in the water and seeing a shark, guess what the shark feels? If you have fear, it actually attracts what you're afraid of. If you have positive thoughts, that's what it attracts. Okay? Now, so we've talked about energy. Let's talk about intuition. Where does your intuition come from? It's come from inside of you, outside of you? How many of you even pay attention to your intuition? And how many of you trust your intuition? Do you know that every indigenous people on this planet survived? And we're only here because of our ancestors that relied on their intuition, on their instincts, on reading subtle energy patterns? They knew where the animals were. They knew, can sense when it was going to rain, when it wasn't. Our intuition is a very sacred gift, and yet most of us never use it because we don't trust it. If you get a technical report on the internet, you download it and read it, eat it up. But what happens when your gut says do something different? What happens when your gut feeling says go against everything that people are saying and do something totally different? What do? Do you pay attention to it, or do you ignore it? Your intuition, my intuition comes to me in whispers. Comes to me in feeling, senses. Your intuition is your greatest gift. It could be an early warning system. It could be an opportunity system of telling you, hey, it's really great. One of the guys I hired one time worked for a gentleman by the name of Armand Hammer. That's really his name, Armand, A-R-M-A-N-D, Hammer, H-A-M-M-E-R. Did you ever hear of City Service and Occidental Petroleum? Okay. Do you know how it started? At least this is a story I heard. This man would sit at his desk. He wouldn't read the proposals. He'd grab them and go, no, this one isn't good. No, this one isn't good. This one feels interesting. I'm going to put that one here. Wow, this one's a winner. Put this in this pile. And he went through all the proposals that he would receive and separated them by intuition and then looked at them. And one of his winners, big winners, was Occidental Petroleum. Okay. For me, the ultimate entrepreneurs operate to some degree left brain because they check out the figures and they do other checks on the earth plane that you need to do to ground things. But where their real talent lies is in their ability to read energy patterns, to sense things. Now, men are different than women. Women will talk about intuitions and feelings. Men don't have those things, see? Men deal with gut feel. Okay? They deal with something that affects their logic. Okay? Because men are different, right? It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. See, in our school system, what gets developed? We're sent into the school system, mathematics, English, science, left brain, recite back to me, remember these lists. Do they want you to learn how to think? I mean, you'll come up against the system and say, why, where's all that money going? Rather into the schools and rather than into the people, where's all that money going? You know, you get too smart, you're going to start asking a lot of questions. We are programmed in our school system to be 9-to-5ers working in the system for a paycheck at the end of the week. God bless everybody in this room. God bless you. Because you're the ones that are going to make the difference. It is your intuition, your right brain, the art, the music, the intuition that's your key. It's your intuition that's holding a golden gift to you. But you know something? We're not taught to trust it. In some religions, and I will say in a way Christianity, says, oh, it might be of the devil. You can't prove that. Okay? Fear again. Our intuition is our connection to the divine. It's our connection to the divine. It's our connection to infinite resources. Now I'm going to interrupt here because I want to give you another model that I have. Okay? What sits on your shoulder? Your head, your mind. But the mind has basically three parts. Let me explain what they are. I'm not going to talk about the conscious mind. Let me talk about that last. Let me talk about the subconscious. I'm going to talk in computer terms because most people understand that. Okay? It's a file cabinet. It's a computer hard drive. You want to find out what's in your subconscious, you hit search and you'll go find it. You want me to prove it to you? Imagine biting into a lemon and tasting the tart taste of a lemon in your mouth. Right? I just did search. Okay? And you come up and you start feeling those feelings. They've been buried in there. You may have not bitten into a lemon for a long time, but it's still in there. So is every memory you've ever had. Every color, every smell, every sound, every taste, everything is in your subconscious. Guaranteed. You just have to know how to use it. The subconscious does not assign right, wrong, good, bad. Subconscious is just a memory bank. It's a computer hard drive. That's all it is. Superconscious, hey, that one's special. That's your connection to infinite knowledge. Every answer in the universe is right there in your superconscious. Are we taught to be able to access it? Oh no, you have to be a mystic to do that. You have to be a magician. You have to study for eons of time, and only the gurus in India can do it. Every one of you can do it. Once you know you can do it. And by the way, I'll do a plug. I'm doing a workshop this weekend to teach how to do it. Okay. So all this information is right there. But who teaches us to do it? And plus, we may not do it right, and we haven't studied long enough. We don't have a certificate to do it right. Okay? Different people have different criteria, and I can't do that. I'm not pure enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough degrees. Whatever it is. So the subconscious is a computer hard drive. And you can connect to the source, the superconscious. Now, what are we left with? What are we left with? The conscious mind. The stuff we operate with every day of our life. And do you know what it was designed for? One thing and one thing only, to keep us alive. So here you are in life, right? Do you think the conscious mind says, oh, here's a new experience. Let's go. Oh, I've had 4 failed relationships, 2 failed marriages. Oh, and a relationship. Oh, great. I'm really looking forward to this one. Or, this doesn't happen. I know this doesn't happen in England, and it doesn't happen in New Zealand, okay? Doesn't happen. I know it doesn't. Oh, boy, I failed in business 4 times. I lost everything, but I'm getting another opportunity. I'm going to go for it. By the way, there's a difference between America, England, and probably New Zealand. In America, they don't expect you to be successful until you've gone bust 3 or 4 times. In England, you go bust once, you never stick your head up again. You never get up off that floor. I don't know how it is here in New Zealand. But in America, you're expected to lose 2, 3, 4 times before you make it. So people are asking you, how many times have you lost everything? Okay. Now, again, the conscious mind doesn't look forward saying, wow, I want to risk. Wow, I want spiritual growth. I want new opportunities. I'm going to push the boundary. Do you know what the conscious mind does? Conscious mind looks to the past and uses your past as a reference and says, I don't want you ever getting hurt again. Remember those relationships you got into, and you remember how much you got hurt? Don't bother getting into another relationship. You know what that cost. You know the pain in that. Or remember that business you risked in, you had put all that money in and all that time and energy? You don't want that to happen again. The subconscious mind uses the past as its reference point. It is not looking for opportunities for growth, change, or success.
Did you mean conscious?
Pardon?
Did you mean conscious?
The conscious mind. I'm sorry, what did I say?
Subconscious.
Sorry. Thank you for... The conscious mind is not looking for opportunities, okay? The conscious mind is looking to keep you safe, to protect you. Now, you've got something else pulling you. It's your soul, your spirit. There's only one reason you're on this planet. Soul growth. To learn, to change, and to grow. So on one level, your soul, your spirit's pushing you, pulling you to risk. Your conscious mind is programmed to go, oh, no, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to keep you alive. So you got a rub there. You got tension. And you have to make the choice. Now, the more garbage we're carrying, the more pain we're carrying, the lower our energy, the less we're connected to our intuition, the less we're connected to our superconscious energy, the more challenge we're going to have, because what's going to happen? We're going to be pulled to the past. Everybody breathe, please. Did anybody in here ever have mind chatter? Oh no, don't do that. That's not going to work. You know it's not going to work. Don't bother going to work today. Don't bother doing this business deal. That's the programming. That's the chatter. Some of it could be our parents' energy. Some of it could be from society. Some could be from religion. It's from all different places. Now, I need someone who's extremely brave. Who said it?
Maybe.
No, I choose to volunteer. Because, see, I'm reading the energy to find out who's ready. Is that Jackie?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, Jackie, you just stand here. Good. And let me get my tool. Now, why don't you come just a step forward? Good. Now, this is a Pentium 64. It has all the knowledge of the universe inside of it. No, it's not. I'm just making that up. This is a dowsing rod. I use this as a demonstration tool so that people can see what's happening with the energy. Okay? Because I can do the arm testing, but this is another way. Okay? So just hands by your side and just breathe. So, Jackie looks big and strong, but her energy field shows that it's collapsed. This is an imploding energy field. Okay, so just breathe. Now, Jackie, I'm going to ask you some personal questions. If you don't want to answer them, I'll have you sit back down again and I won't help you.
Oh, okay. Friends will get you everywhere.
Now, her energy field is totally collapsed as if she had cancer, ME, or advanced something or other. Okay? Breathe. Do you have any health issues?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are they? May I ask?
Low energy. Yeah.
Low energy.
Yeah.
Did you say no energy or low energy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, I thought so. Okay, how long have you had it? Breathe.
12 years is what comes to mind.
What happened 14 years ago? See, she says 12 years. My intuition says 14. So it took 2 years to show up in the physical body. What happened 14 years ago, Jackie? Now watch what happens. Look at this. Stop, Jackie. Stop. I just mentioned that to her. Remember I talked about the subconscious mind and search? She's already clearing the issue. From the minute I said 14 years ago, she's on search, she already has it because it's an instantaneous process and her whole energy is shifting and I haven't even done anything. How long did that take?
Maybe
2
minutes.
freckles.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened 14 years ago in your life? Who died? Breathe.
Who died then?
Who died?
My grandfather died, actually.
Thank you. Did you care about him?
Not consciously.
Did you want something from him that you never got?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And what did you want from him?
I wanted him to apologize to my father.
I knew that. I heard apology before she said it. See, your intuition, if you're willing to sharpen your intuition, you walk into a business deal, you know whether it's going to be a winner or not. I have people call me up on the phone, Michael, I found this multi-million-dollar piece of property. Why, man, am I going to make money on it? And I say, don't touch it. And they go, but Michael, it's so good. I said, no, don't touch it. They say, Michael, I'm going to make a killing on it. And I go, what happened on the property? Tell me more. Oh, there was voodoo done and a couple of people were killed on it and the property hasn't sold. And I said, and you think you're going to buy that property and the energy is going to flow so you can make money on it? I said, everything you do is going to wind up being a problem. People are going to walk onto the property. It's not going to sell. You buy native land that's on a burial site, it is going to be hell, right? Now, there's certain people that can clear it. I know how to do a lot of that work, but there's also pieces of property where you don't touch it because it doesn't want to be touched. You can only work with the people that want to be worked with. You can only work with the land that wants to be worked with. Taking lots of notes, huh? Good. Jackie,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God, I just lost a client, a potential client. Oh, jeez. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
How's your energy? Can you feel it?
Yeah.
What's happening to your
It's
energy?
like warming and running through my solar plexus, which has been quite closed off.
Uh-huh. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of other pieces of information.
Cool.
Do you know your dad and your grandfather had a contract to go through what they went through? Breathe.
Yeah.
And can you get your nose out of their business?
Oh, I don't like that one. Okay. Yeah, I can buy that.
See, we're judgmental and we think it should be a certain way. And the truth is, it's none of our business.
Sorry. Yeah, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun.
See, unless you can see the energy, you don't know what's really going on. Unless you can read the energy, you can look beyond illusion, you do not have a clue what's really going on.
I think I'm so smart.
You are so smart that you tricked yourself and you created low energy for 12 years, 14 years. Yeah? How's that affect your life and your entrepreneurship, Jackie?
It's like pushing stuff uphill.
And was it little stuff or big, heavy stuff?
Really weighty stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And how's it affected, you're married?
Yeah.
How's it affected your relationship?
It's been interesting.
I wonder what he would say if I asked him.
It's been a struggle at times.
Only for 12 years, though.
No, that was the first marriage that I divorced because of it.
I'm not going there. I'm staying right here.
That's another story.
No, we're not going into that story, okay? Okay, good. So, can you come here, please? Can you turn and face the audience, please? Can you put your arm out? Eyes straight ahead, arms strong. My name's Jackie.
My name's Jackie.
Oh, really good. I'm a woman this lifetime.
I'm a woman in this lifetime.
My energy field is clear.
My energy field is clear.
My health issue
My health issue is gone.
Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Great job.
Sorry, I didn't go so loud.
Martin, good luck. You got a tiger by the tail. Right.
I think he knew that.
I'm not going to touch that one. Okay. Okay. In order to use your intuition, in order for me to do my work, I have to be empty. Blank, no thoughts. In order for me to do my work, I have to be a blank slate for God, spirit, energy, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to give it, because it's all the same thing to me, to write on. I heard the apology. There's lots of things I hear and see and feel. Some people want to know it. Others don't. Now, how can you use your intuition? How can you become the ultimate entrepreneur? You know business situations ahead of time. What's going to work out? What's not going to work out? People call me up, say, Michael, what should I do? I had one woman in New Zealand who came for a private session. We're sitting down, and I'm talking to her, and I said, by the way, what does your husband do? Oh, he's in the construction business. And I'm sitting there and go, does he have partners? She said, yeah, 2. And I said, how are they doing? Oh, they're his best friends. I was sitting there going, tell him to watch his ass. Tell him to be careful. Oh, no, they're his best buddies. She calls me up the next week, hey, Michael, they just shut him out of the company. They ganged up on him, pushed him out. He lost everything. Where'd that information come from? I'm sitting in a board of directors with people. I'm looking around, saying there's someone else that needs to be here. And the guy say, oh, Michael, no problem. We hired this woman as marketing director. She'll be in next week. Something didn't feel right. And I'm sitting there. A couple of minutes later, I said, she's only going to be here 90 days. Why are you hiring her? Oh, Michael, you don't know what you're talking about. One day short of 90 days, they called me up and said, Michael, we should have listened to you. Where's the information coming from? You allow yourself, and here's part of the challenge, okay? Because in order to feel, you can't do that with shields up and guards up and behind walls. You cannot be behind a wall and be sensitive. What do you have to do? You have to be vulnerable. You have to be present. You have to be authentic. You have to tell the truth, and you have to show up. How many times do you work with someone and they don't even look you in the eye? You show up, guess what's going to happen with everyone you come in contact with? They're going to start showing up. Because you're holding the space and you're holding the intention. You're also modeling for them and showing them what it looks like, because most people have very seldom had it in their life. I give 2-day workshops called Soul Empowerment to help people to clear. And you'd think after the workshop everyone would leave. They had enough. 2 hours later, they're still sitting there. Excuse me, can you guys go home now? No. Do you know why? Because for the first time in their life, they've been in a space of unconditional love, unconditional thinking, a space where they're absolutely, totally accepted for whoever they are, whatever their issues are, and they're loved and supported. And I just did one workshop I did one in Hong Kong, Malaysia, did one in Kuala Lumpur, one in Penang. Anyway, I do it all over the world. I did one in Penang where there were very strict Muslims. It was a married couple, and one guy hugged his wife, and boy, that really stirred up some stuff. And he told the husband told the person off, look, in my culture, you don't touch my wife. By the end of that workshop, everyone, and we had Chinese, we had Americans, we had English, we had Malays, we had all different cultures, all different religions. That workshop bonded so much that everyone was there, that was their best friends. They had never experienced that much love and connection. We have it within us. Many years ago in Dallas, Texas, there was a very, very big freeze. And Dallas, Texas is normally, during the summer, it's for 90 days straight, it's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In the wintertime, it's pretty mild. But they had a real bad cold spell, and all the pipes broke. And people would have to go to their neighbors to shower and to get water because there was no water. And the message came, they said, you guys never knew your neighbors before, did you? You do now. We live in isolation. We live with our own community. Usually it's our family, but our families aren't usually the easiest things to get along with. Okay? But how many times do we bond with someone that we've just met and say, hey, look, let's create something. I see that you've got tremendous talents. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about sharing resources. What happens when we risk? What happens when we drop our walls? What happens when we reach out to other people? What happens? What happens when a person like Jackie says, I'm willing to take a look at something that I wasn't even willing to look at before, and I'm willing to look at it in a new way, in a different way? What happens? Changes the whole reality, changes the whole perspective. We have an opportunity, we also have an obligation to change and to grow. If we're holding on to anger, bitterness, we're holding on to anything, guess who's paying the price? Not the person we're angry at. We're paying the price. They talk about forgiveness. It's not forgiving the act that happened. It's about not being attached to getting even and knowing, and this is maybe a challenge for some people, there is not one abuser out there in this universe that wasn't abused. Our parents did not get instruction booklets on how to raise children. Neither did we. So what do we do? The best we can. And everyone out there is doing the best they can, because if they could do any better, they would. If you could do any better, you would. What's the ultimate entrepreneur? Someone that's willing to be vulnerable and authentic. When Jackie got it that it was none of her business, it was something between her father and her grandfather, she let it go instantly. She got it. It doesn't take long to get it, providing you're willing to get it. Okay? So you can use your will to be willing, or you can use your will to go, no way. You can focus your intention to create something, or you can use your intention to live a life of self-sacrifice, being a victim, and being a martyr. I invite you I invite you to be the awesome human beings that you already are. You already are. What I know when I work with anyone is that I'm speaking to a god or a goddess. I know that within you, you have the ability to transform and heal instantly. There is no doubt in my mind. And it's not about color, race, creed, or religion. Everyone has it equally. And that's the space I hold. I will not do anything less. I refuse to. The reason I picked Jackie is because using my intuition, who was ready, her little hand went up. I trust my intuition 1,000%. It hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been, moving up. It's been backsliding at times. But I trust my intuition 1,000%. I open my mouth and things come out I don't even understand. And most of the time it's absolutely spot on. Jill, I've talked a lot. I think it's time, for questions and answers? Okay. I am open for questions and answers, and I will do my best to answer them. Does anybody have any questions about energy, intuition, or entrepreneurship mastery? Quiet group all of a sudden. What? Hi, Julie.
Hi. Do you believe that we are influenced by what happens in the universe?
Absolutely.
So when things like retrogrades happen...
You know something? I'm glad you brought that up. Come here, Julie. See, after I work with you, no one's going to stick their hand up and give me a hard time again. Come on. Okay. Eyes straight ahead, arms strong. My name's Julie.
My name's Julie.
I'm a woman in this lifetime.
I'm a woman in this lifetime.
There are lots of influences in this universe.
There are lots of influences in this universe.
Those influences are stronger than I am.
Are stronger than I am.
Now, let me clarify that. So what she got out of that is no, the influences are not stronger than her. Let me knit this a little bit, okay? I have groups of friends that are very sensitive. So if I'm feeling down, and I don't have a reason for feeling down, or strange, or low energy, I'll call up a couple of my sensitive friends and I'll say, hey, what's going on with you today? Now, if we're all feeling down, and none of us have an answer for it, we know there's an earthquake ready to happen, there's a war ready to happen, or something's about ready to happen that's affecting the planet. If I'm feeling down and none of my sensitive friends are feeling down, then what may be happening is I've got to look inside myself and say, okay, what is going on with me that I'm not aware of? Got it?
Yep.
Take it off. Please.
Please.
This didn't cost her anything. It was a gift. So, can you just hold this for a minute? Thank you very much. Arm out. And what is that supposed to do?
It repels the EMFs.
Repels EMFs.
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Julie.
My name's Julie.
Why don't you say 100% EMF?
100% EMF.
Thank you. Give me this. Hold this to your heart. Arm out. Say 100% EMF.
100% EMF. Well, it's pretty.
I know it's pretty. I was telling, we had this conversation earlier. I didn't go into this depth. I just said I'm not going there. But anyway, you did ask the question. So you got a chance to come up. You can sit down. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Please hear me when I say everything affects us. So in other words, if someone's up here and I'm projecting, God, this person's stupid, their energy field's going to feel it. However, if they know they're not, it's going to stay strong. Okay? One of the things I'm working on is a package, a program to help entrepreneurs to be the ultimate entrepreneur. And there's about 12 different parts to that. Our intuition is one of the keys. Staying grounded in our bodies. I had the privilege to have some friends that are Maoris and have worked with me, and I've worked with them. And I did not realize until 2 weeks ago, actually it was last weekend before last, about the connection to the earth for both the Polynesian and the Maoris. Okay? And it makes so much sense. Isn't it interesting, the differences? Anybody else have a question? Hi.
Do you believe that all physical ailments come from blocked energy?
Where else would they come from?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Charlotte, good question. I didn't tell you about my other model.
Okay.
This is called the health equation. There's a mental aspect to health. And the mental aspect is our thoughts, our thinking. If we have positive thoughts, our energy is strong. Negative, our energy is weak. Emotional maturity, taking care of our emotions, processing them, not keeping them trapped or stuck. Working our emotions as they come up. Feeling our feelings. You know, the sign of a dysfunctional person is they don't talk, they don't trust, and they don't feel. You have to feel your emotions. You don't have to. But if you don't feel them, they're going to be trapped in your body and they're going to affect you. Remember, stuck in time. Okay? Spiritual. If you don't believe, and I don't care how you do this, in God, Holy Spirit, angels, beings of light, whatever it may be, if you don't believe in something beyond yourself, you don't believe in a universal life force, then you're missing out on an opportunity to connect with awesome energies, higher frequencies. Okay? Now, I didn't get to the physical. This is your answer, Charlotte. Ready? My mother died of cancer at age 47. My father died of cancer at age 62. What do I have to watch out for in this lifetime? Cancer. However, if I focus on cancer, what am I going to get? Cancer. Okay? So here's the key. I have a physical body. Where did I inherit it from? The genes of my family. So genetically, I will have strengths or weaknesses in my genetic history. I have to pay attention to that genetic history. However, I do not have to be run by it. It shows me where weaknesses are that I have to pay attention to. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you another tidbit. I don't believe allergies exist.
No, me neither.
Okay? Because in my experience, every allergy is cross-wired to an emotional event at that time that that element that they're allergic to was present in the atmosphere or in their environment or that they were taking. A lot of people, in my opinion, that are allergic to their mother's milk, there's either a karmic link between the mother and the child, or there was anger, or there's bitterness, or there's something going on, and I can check that the same way I worked with Jackie. Okay? When someone is ready and willing, now Jackie wasn't ready or willing consciously. She didn't know anything about it. She didn't do any prep work. She didn't come here saying, I'm committed to heal this and clear this. She made the decision very quickly because she was willing, and on some level she had had enough of her life being taken away from her. Okay, does that answer your question?
Not fully.
Okay, go on.
So when you talk about genetics, so with the cancer thing, so you're saying that you have to watch out for that on a physical level.
Right.
But you can, to some extent, surpass that by keeping your energy field.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
let me see if I can get this back. Oh, here's the other issue. My issue is throat, communication, right? So if I've got an issue with speaking my truth, guess where it's blocked? Throat, thyroid. I've been hurt, I've been betrayed. Guess where it's going to be? Charlotte, back of the heart. I'm going to have back pain, higher.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've got.
Oh, yes, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 relationships that went bad that you're holding on to?
3.
Why don't you, how about with your daddy?
Okay.
That's 4. Thank you very much. Yay! Nailed that one. Okay, and Charlotte, you got an issue with men.
I do.
Whoa!
I've done a lot of work on it recently, though.
Do you know something? Here's the challenge. People can do lots of work. If the blockages aren't released and the energy isn't cleared, like I did with Jackie, you can do all the work you want on all the levels you want, and until it clears.
So what do I do?
I do have a couple of appointments open. Okay. No, I'm serious. Okay. If you're going to someone that can read the energy and move the energy, then they can help you. Okay. There's a lot of people that do lots of good work. Okay. Let me rephrase this. Okay. Let me explain it a different way. Okay. Here. You're coming up against something. Okay. You can take flower essences, Reiki. You can do 10 million different things, and I've worked with them all. Okay. My specialty is breakthrough work. Now, once the energy is moving, once you've broken through, then the Reiki works, the flower essences work, the vitamins work, and everything else work, because the energy is moving. You're trying to reach critical... Did you ever see one of these giant rocket ships that are going to the moon? And they sit there, and all this energy comes out, all this energy comes out, all this energy comes out, and it just sits there. And then it moves a little bit, and then it moves a little bit more, and then finally it shoots up, okay? It takes a lot to initially break free of those other energies, unless you do it the way I'm doing it. And then it can be a lot quicker, because there's a reason why you've gotten into this pattern with men. Okay, we're not going to go into that here.
I was going to say, I just noticed everyone in the room.
Now, if your issue was not supporting yourself financially, guess where your issue would be? Lower back.
Well, I've got that too.
Okay, we're not going to go there either. Okay. So what happens is, depending upon the issue, it'll show up in your physical body depending upon where the issue is. If you don't want to see something, it'll be your eyes. If you don't want to hear something, your hearing will go. Okay. Headaches, depends on it. More questions or not? Jill?
Actually, one more question.
One more question. How about 2 more questions, please? Go on.
My question is, earlier you were talking about how all the negative things that happen to us from conception through start draining our energy and we disassociate and each of these things build up. What about all the positive things that happen to us? Do they not counterbalance that and feed our energy?
Absolutely. How many do you look at positively versus how many do you look at negatively?
See, for me, I think a lot. And I would have thought most people would be like that.
Your energy field. Okay, you want me to give you the information or not?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every chakra you have is blocked, and you've learned how to survive by shutting down. You may not believe you're shut down, but when I go ahead and I look at your energy field, it's almost totally collapsed. And you're still going. That's the amazing part about the physical body. Breathe, please. Okay. So, Deb, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of positive things that happen. You can have 100 positive things happen in your life. You have 1 negative, and you stop breathing, and you shut down, and you forget to open back up again. Only takes 1. Sometimes it's a pet dying. Sometimes it's a parent dying. Sometimes it's a grandfather dying. Sometimes it's a friend of yours moving away, your best friend. It could be anything that can trigger it, because each of those situations affect people, because people are sensitive. Okay? Keep breathing. Karen.
I had a question before, but now I have another one.
Okay, it's okay.
We have a child with life-threatening allergies, so I actually believe it's a blocked energy, but now I want to know, what do we do? Do we need to work with ourselves?
Karen. How old's the child?
6.
That child was a twin, and the other part died. Breathe. You got it? Breathe.
Yeah, okay.
You got it? The child was a twin.
Okay.
Right now there's a battle for that physical body between the twin and the child. I can see it right now.
Okay.
If how old's the child? 6?
6.
You want an appointment, I'll clear the child. It'll be done in an hour.
Yes, please.
I knew I needed to talk to you. Just breathe. But could you feel it when I said it?
Mm-hmm.
See, the soul knows truth. The soul knows truth. All you do is tell someone the truth. They know it. They feel it in their body. They register it. They integrate it. The soul knows truth. What's your child's name?
Hamish.
It's going to be fine. Okay? Do I need to know the name? No. Do I need to have a lot of information? No. Do I need to have a picture of the person? No. Do I need hardly anything? No. When you use your intuition properly, now I'm not using it to hurt anyone, manipulate anything, to get something I want. I'm doing it to serve. Breathe. Denny, she's going to be fine. So's the kid. Okay? I just want to wrap it up by saying one thing, okay? I do this work all over the world. I work with people with health issues, intuition training, entrepreneurship, business consulting, management consulting. I would love to find about 5 to 12 companies to work with, people that really want to make a difference on this planet. People that have a commitment to change the way we think, the way we do things. I would really love to do that. And I want to thank you for the work that you're doing. I am doing an intuition training workshop, and believe it or not, I didn't even bring any flyers with me. Okay? But Paul, can you stand up? If you want to know about it, talk to Paul, and he will give you information about it. If you have any questions for me, I will be around after the talk. But I want to thank you for coming. You know, when I get excited, it's because I'm passionate about this thing. The last thing I want to do is push anything on you. However, I really get passionate about people, helping organizations, and changing this planet. I believe I'm supposed to turn it over to you, Mike?
Thank you, Michael.
Okay.
How's everybody in the room?
Breathe!
Isn't it just fantastic? Michael, thank you so much for coming along here tonight and healing a couple of our friends in front of us and healing some more in the next couple of days. I would wholeheartedly suggest that if you think that you saw anything here tonight that you may be able to utilise yourself to improve your life, that you do talk to Paul over here later. Hands up here who felt they got something of value this evening. Okay. Michael, could you just come here for a minute, please? Could you turn and face the audience for me? Eyes straight ahead. Focus. My name is Michael.Bradford.
My name is Michael.Bradford.
It's not bad. Given his age, it's pretty good, really. Come on. Focus straight ahead. I am a man this lifetime.
What? I'm an exquisite spiritual warrior this lifetime who happens to be a man.
Excellent.
This is called payback time.
If I get 25 people to sign up, if Mike Hancock gets 25 people to sign up from your workshop, you will pay him half the money.
If Michael gets 25 people to attend the workshop, I will pay him 50% commission.
Well, man's got to try, don't they?
Can I say one thing?
Yep.
I just want to say one thing. I am working on another book that's going to be out later this summer, but I do have the simple keys to health, healing, and prosperity. I also have my poetry in here, but it's a lot of information. If you want this is $19, make it $20. I do have the Intuition Mastery Program that I'll be teaching this weekend. These are the notes. If you want a copy of these, they're $15. I really would rather you take the workshop. However, if you can't and you're interested in it, this is $15. If you want both of them, give me $30 and you got them for both for $30. But I just want you to also have some things to take home with you that you can use. And this talks about creating a new life for yourself, creating miracles in your life, etc. Come on.
Thank you, Mike. Just on a personal note, I know that maybe Jill, could you just stand up for a second? This is Jill, lovely Jill. Those of you that don't know her, Jill organised this evening. So thank you, Jill. Well done. Jill and I have both had a private session with Michael. Now, Jill, I can't see you because of the light there, but maybe you'd just like to give us one thing.
You can come up to the front of the room and do it.
Yeah, actually, come here. Just one. Jill's quite tired. When I rang up this afternoon, she was like lying on the bed. She just had her thing with Michael. Just one thing.
Watch that, Mike!
Hang on, I want to do the arm test. Jill, one thing that you got out of your session with Michael today?
One. Just how much I've suppressed my natural talent, really. Actually, Michael talked about feminine and masculine energy, and I have a lot of feminine energy, and the masculine energy is being suppressed, and I really get what that how that impacts in my life and in my business world. So look out.
That's awesome. Well done. Thank you. You think this guy's intuitive? I'm a brick wall. Is that correct, Michael, when I first met you?
A brick wall? I wouldn't quite say that. I thought it was steel.
One of the things he first said to me, he said, what happened to you when you were 15? He didn't know anything about me. I said, oh, my mother died. He said, no, that's not. It's worse than that. I went, worse? Worse? He looked at me and said, you wanted to kill somebody. I'm going, he said it was about an animal. I did exactly what Jackie did. I went, I've got it. 2 weeks after my mother died when I was 15 years old, somebody had my dog put down because nobody wanted to deal with the problem. And I did want to kill them, and somebody said, don't do it. Do you think he had my attention? Nobody told him that. So any of you that can change any of your plans for this weekend, I personally think that you need to be there. And I think you've seen enough tonight to know that you need to be there. So Servant Paul, I hope you're very busy later. We're going to wrap up now. Just before we do, tonight was brought to you by Excel Results Foundation. We are a global group that does a number of things. We work very specifically with entrepreneurs. We hook them up with other entrepreneurs. We create businesses. We put together evenings like this. We can assist you to grow and develop in your business globally. And we've seen things. Merrin, why are you nodding?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got to get this staff profile down.
Oh boy.
Maybe because it's happened to Merrin. What's Merrin? Merrin said to me one day about 4 months ago, how do I get in the game? Merrin, what was your role that you were doing about 3 years ago?
Survey contractor. Employee, sorry.
Yeah, you're an employee survey contractor, and you now own businesses in where?
Yeah, at least in Hong Kong and Macau.
At least in Hong Kong and Macau, plus you've got a business here, plus you've recently started a foundation, really, and working in a foundation in giving back to the environment.
Not as fully developed. That's why I said it's one of those
still
things
fully
like
developed.
The forming ideas is definitely happening there. We've got a network across the world of conservation parks.
Awesome. Merrin's actually doing some incredible things for the environment. He's definitely somebody who's grown and developed in the last 12 months. Yes, and so is Louise. Yes.
She's the one that signed the contract. I at least ask, how do I get in the game?
Thank you, Merrin. What Excel do is we provide an environment for people to grow. We also provide for you the calibre of expertise that you've seen here tonight in a range of different fields for entrepreneurism. In addition to that, there's the whole area of social responsibility, which I mentioned at the start of the speech, and that is making money to give away and really helping to achieve what we need to achieve in this world, and that's to eradicate poverty, to eradicate ill health, and put the planet back in the right balance that hasn't been in for some time. Tomorrow morning we are having a breakfast here in this hotel. This breakfast is specifically for people who want to know more about the work that we do and would like to look at possibly getting involved in some of the work that we do. Those people that we have now doing that are called our life members, and they operate all over the planet. Now I just happen to have 8 only spare invites for tomorrow morning's breakfast. Those of you that are guests here tonight, if you can change your schedule to be with us from 7:30 to 9:30 in this hotel, we will personally buy you breakfast and we will talk to you about the work that we're doing now, not only in Asia Pacific, but the incredible things that are happening in this country here and specifically in Wellington. So you need to come and see me, okay? This is one opportunity, it's not going to come back. For the life members that are already here joining us tonight, Jill does have some free drinks vouchers that we've forgotten to hand out early, just for the life members as part of what we do, and the other people are welcome to join us and maybe scrounge a drink off their friendly life member who invited them along, or do something like that. I'd like to thank you all for giving up your time to coming along here this evening. And once again, I would love to everyone here to just join their hands together and really thank Michael for what's been an awesome session.